So since it's Black History Month once again, I'm getting ready to tell y'all about the Black Founding Fathers, okay? Because in school, all they teach you about are the white ones. And you know we have some BFFs. So I'm going to start y'all off with William Lanson because I just finished posting the video about him, okay? He was the reason why there was booming trade in Connecticut, New Haven, okay? He built that great extension to New Haven's Long Wharf. And this put New Haven, Connecticut on the map, baby, bringing in trade from everywhere. He also founded what is now known as Worcester Square. That neighborhood, became a whole real estate mogul and even had the most popular hotel in the freaking area. He brought Connecticut the money, okay? New Haven, Connecticut wouldn't even be New Haven, Connecticut if it wasn't for William Lanson. So now I'm going to tell y'all about Free Frank. Free Frank McWhirter, that is. He was born a South Carolinian in the 1700s. Yep. And went on to become the first African American to found an incorporated town in the US of A. And that town was called New Philadelphia, Illinois. So you know his mother was one of the enslaved, correct? Well, guess what? He is a first generation African American. Yes, he was. Born in Union, South Carolina. Guess what he did? He bought his own freedom, later bought 80 acres of land for less money than it cost for him to buy his own freedom. Okay? Then he split that land into 144 lots and became the founder of New Philadelphia, Illinois. This town was special, okay? It was the first Black founded integrated town, incorporated town in the US of A. That's another one of our BFFs, okay? Now I'm going to take y'all to Nicodemus, Kansas, okay? Because this town was founded by formerly enslaved African Americans. Like a whole bunch of them. I'm going to tell y'all they had a Nicodemus band. They had a post office. They had a bank. They even had sports teams. They had salons and parlors and everything. Drugstores, attorneys at law. Yeah, they had it all, okay? And yep, the descendants are still there. You can go and visit. It's a historic landmark. Now, have you ever heard of Isaiah Thornton Montgomery? That's a BFF. He was the founder of Mound Bayou, Mississippi, baby. And yeah, Mound Bayou is still here, just going down to Mississippi. Mound Bayou. Isaiah Thornton Montgomery was also the mayor of the town in 1888, and he was the Mississippi Constitutional Convention's only African American delegate. He was also the co-founder of the National Negro Business League, and he founded the Farmers Cooperative Mercantile Company. And he helped develop the Mound Bayou Oil Mill and Manufacturing Company. Now, y'all also know African Americans held office way back in the day, right? Yeah, way back in the day. Like in the 1800s, yeah, politicians hold down, all right? And guess what? It was because of those African American politicians, specifically the ones in the 1868 South Carolina Constitutional Convention, that got us tax-funded public schools. And also in Louisiana, there were a whole bunch of elected Black officials as well. And guess what they helped to do? Integrate the school system there. Yep. They wrote integrated public schools into the Constitution. Yes, they did. And then there's Philip Anthony Payton Jr., okay? And he is known as and credited as being the father of Harlem. Yes, Harlem. His real estate company bought up all the real estate, okay? And even made it possible for immigrants to move on in because, you know, they weren't going to be able to move into a white neighborhood, right? And before the immigrants even came, guess what? African Americans from down south already took up homes up there, baby. Opened up their own real estate businesses too. And they were buying up property left and right. Yeah, Harlem was owned by Black folks. Black folks. And everybody who was non-white, who was an immigrant, got a chance to move right on in. Okay? When Philip A. Payton and the other African-American real estate moguls moved in, all the white people had that thing called white flight. But have you ever heard of Frank L. Stanley Sr.? Not only was he the founder of the Louisville Defender, but he influenced some major laws that got passed in America. He was the one who drafted the law that created the 1960 Human Rights Agency. He also influenced the governor of Kentucky at that time to issue an executive order banning all discrimination in the state. He also met with the presidents, who considered him the leading black publisher at the time, and they wanted him to study how African American troops were being treated in the military, because at that time it was segregated. Well, it was the result of his study that they integrated the armed forces. Yeah, an African American man did that too. And I know y'all didn't think I was going to leave out Booker T. Washington because he is one of my favorites, okay, in African American history. All right. Who is the founder of Tuskegee University? Okay. One of the most prominent in the land. All right. Built by black people's hands. Okay. Brick by brick. Some of the most prominent African Americans in all of history went to Tuskegee, baby. Even George Washington Carver. Yes, baby. He was over there too. He was teaching people agriculture at Tuskegee University. Boop, boop. Because you know George Washington Carver is a BFF. You know it. He was the first African American to actually gain a bachelor's in agriculture. And then he went on to get his master's. George Washington Carver developed the idea of crop rotation. Crop rotation heals the soil. And it was because of George Washington Carver's expertise that American soil was saved. He basically helped save the economy, period. He's so influential in American history, they even have missiles named after him. Yes, they do. Of course, there are more, but I'm going to leave you with that. Happy Black History Month.